Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Wormer, and this is my reaction to the Lantern Rite 2024 Part 2. And it looks like we're going back to see Garmin again, which I guess he is kind of like the main character of this Lantern Rite so far. But it's been so good seeing him.
Hi, Garmin! Paimon sees you've certainly gotten an early start this morning. Playing games already, are we?
Such a sweet voice.
Who won this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it sound like I'm always the one losing.
Ah, perfect. You're all here. There's an important commission I need your help
okay.
with.
A commission, okay.
All right, I've got the time. Where are the goods?
And of course, he's so ready for this.
It's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chaoying Village to Liyue Harbor. A very important client has
Okay, interesting.
requested
An
to meet
escort
with him.
mission. Which I guess like he is a
Sure.
bodyguard as well.
What's this merchant's address?
Here.
Such a great design. Oh, wait.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very crucial, very
Wait.
pressing commission, right?
Wait, did we set this up somehow?
Of course, the sooner you complete it, the better. I would advise you to depart as soon as possible.
Oh my god, was this like is this a plan?
All right, don't work too hard now, Longjo. We'll set off then.
Is it? I don't know. Like, it seems like, oh my god, incredible. It seems like this is like something that was a plan because again, it was Cloud Retainer who was talking about how we were setting some stuff up.
Tea merchant heading to Liyue Harbor. We're here to escort
Oh
you.
my god. Oh no. You turning your back? Wait, what? Yeah.
Dad?
That's what I was thinking. It was going to be his dad, but I wasn't sure if like it was just someone who maybe he knew either as well. But this is a very uncomfortable situation. I hope this turns out okay for him. I really do. Turn around and talk to him right now.
Oh, so you're Gaming's father. It's nice to
We
meet
must have
you.
known about this, right?
Just
we must
leave
have.
this delivery to him. Trust Paimon. He's got this in the bag. Gaming is super good at what he does.
He's amazing at
Everyone
what he
the
does.
Secure Transport Agency says as much. Even the Ministry of Civil Affairs has nothing but good things to say about him.
Seems like you've made some sort of name for yourself at least.
He has. The turning of the back. Oh, look at his sweet face. The turning in the back right away was
the goods are all
so.
in order?
I don't know.
Yes, they're all here.
Then let's get going.
And he's just going to do the job. What a professional.
A very important client has asked for you by name. You kind of have to
Yeah,
go
this was
with
definitely
us.
a whole plan. For sure,
Paimon
for
doesn't know
sure.
how we would explain ourselves if you just didn't show up. Plus, you'd be missing out on a huge money-making opportunity.
I see.
I wonder if it's a combination of Gaming is just so
I
professional
will
and
have
so
to
good at their
trouble
job,
You all to escort me then.
but at the
Let's
same
go.
time, like they also
This place looks nice and
maybe
open.
want to
Why don't
meet
you
up with their
all
dad again
rest here
deep
for a
down.
second?
Maybe.
Huh? What about you? You're not going to join us?
Oh my
I'm
god.
not tired. I'll keep watch.
There is such a tension here. There really is. And it's a very
Oh,
sad tension.
Just let him go.
Well, whatever Gaming wants to do is what he's gonna do.
Okay, we'll just share amongst ourselves then. Did you know, Uncle Ip, that the flavor of these cakes changes depending on...
The tea leaves, right?
Who goes there?
He saw something right away?
It appears that one's movements were overly
Oh my god, it is a
conspicuous.
whole plan.
Enough of your musings. Focus. Focus on the matter at hand.
The frickin' Adepti. That's a cool sword, by the way. Oh my god.
Present your exquisite ornaments at once.
Indeed. Bring them forth readily and without protest.
This is no, oh my god. Can you imagine you got like Adepti involved in your plan to do a fake robbery? Only in Genshin.
It seems as if these two are acting alone.
Oh my god, look how cool he looks. Because that's the thing, he's like such a sweetheart, such a sweet design. We talked about the eyebrow hair ratio and all this stuff. The colors, everything, right? It's so cute. But like, so intense as well.
It won't be difficult to subdue them.
I can't believe
They
what
might
we're
have
looking at
something
here.
else waiting in store for Dad. The best way to keep him safe is... Leave this to me. I'll handle
Oh
them.
my god.
Traveler, Paimon, Take my dad and the goods away from here.
Is it that they're trying to show his dad, like, look what he can actually...
It's too dangerous.
Of course he wants to protect him
This is what I do.
deep down. This is his job. Oh, the wink. Yeah, we got this whole plan.
Foe, indeed.
It must be to show his dad, like, how good he is at his job and how, like, far he's come, maybe, as well.
Let us depart and seek a target softer in blows and
Oh my god, they just
disposition.
left. They just left.
Don't think I'm gonna let you
Oh my
off
god, he's
so
gonna go
easily.
attack an Adepti. And there's Calvert here in the
Away.
background.
Let us away.
Jeez, they went fast.
Coming!
Don't worry, he's a great
He's
fighter.
fantastic. No, he's fantastic.
Paimon's
He's gained a
seen
great
him take
reputation,
down a
like.
dozen or so treasure hoarders all by himself.
Yes.
But coming,
That's your son. That is your son.
if he had just stayed by my side and learned the family trade, he wouldn't have to put himself in such dangerous situations.
It's not what he wants to do. It's not what he wants to
Just
do.
have to trust him. Let's go on ahead. We'd best get away from here, in case there are other bandits in the area waiting in ambush.
Totally understandable to not want your son to be in a dangerous situation. 100% understandable.
Going to plan.
But it's definitely not what he wants, right? To be in your business. At least not for now.
Okay, we should be good to stop here. Zhongli? Oh no, what's
Wait.
he doing here?
Wait, what? He's just flying a kite? Oh my god, it's like a
Sir,
Hu Tao
listen to
ghost.
me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you
Oh
can.
no, you don't
There
understand.
are bandits in the area.
No, he's gonna be fine. And he'll know the Adepti if he sees them too, I think. Oh my god, he's just flying a kite. Okay, so now we're gonna see other characters. I was worried we weren't gonna see like some other
Bandits.
leeway characters.
Acting in broad daylight.
Oh my god, he's so cool. Oh, we have to relay it's a plan to him somehow.
Oh,
Oh, he's smart. Zhongli's smart. Come on, Zhongli, you got it. Look up.
I see.
That's not just a nasty cough.
It appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon.
Wait, did he not catch on or is he,
perhaps
is he
some tea
joking?
and rest are in order.
Nope, no need. Paimon's fine. She
I
just,
kinda-
uh,
We just
had
met
some cake
Zhongli
stuck in her throat.
flying a kite. He must have figured out by now he's just playing dumb on purpose. Hopefully. I think so.
If there are indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform
There he goes.
the
Okay.
Millirith at once.
The guard escorting us is already on his trail.
Well, if that's the case.
Oh my god.
Such matters are best left to those with
Oh
the
my god, I love that
necessary
Zhongli's just playing
expertise.
along.
Wouldn't you agree?
Like this is how much Zhongli trusts us. He's just like, okay, if Paimon's doing this trying to like indicate that this is a plan, I'm gonna just go along with it. So awesome.
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like
Ordinary.
us got involved, it would only cause more trouble.
Since
Ordinary.
we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this beautiful area, why don't we find a quiet place to relax while we wait for good news?
That would be lovely.
There's something so funny about a normal person coming up behind Zhongli and saying,
Uncle Ip
"Quick,
does have a reason to
hide
be
from the
worried.
bandits."
After all, Gaming, the guard we mentioned, is his son.
Yeah.
Gaming. The name sounds somewhat familiar. Ah, yes. That is the name of the Usho dancer who has been performing around Liyue Harbor recently.
He's getting a
is it
reputation.
not?
A big
Oh,
reputation.
have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suani.
See, and
Usho
he's still
dancing
thinking
has
like, I
become
didn't want
more
him to do
well-known
this.
in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way. One's not so easily understood by spectators such as ourselves.
It's great to understand this. Gama
If you
mentions
ask
too.
me, what truly deserves admiration is perseverance in the face of
Oh my
adversity.
God.
That is a rare attribute indeed.
And here's the thing, Zhongli's praise is something that, like, when someone gets it, it's one of the most incredible things ever, right? Like I mentioned recently, when he praised FURINA, he talked about FURINA's 500 year seclusion, saying that she may have been normal, but she's like a god to be able to do this. I remember smiling from ear to ear. The fact that he's talking about how Gamin's like perseverance is so amazing. If obviously his father doesn't know that Zhongli is very important, but at least it's someone who like is living in Liyue Harbor that can talk and attest to how good Gamin is and how much perseverance he has.
I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Gaming for his kind, selfless, and
Oh
courageous
my god, this is gonna mean so
disposition.
much.
To have a child so accomplished and upright.
Oh my
You must
god.
be a very proud parent indeed, Uncle Ip.
You should be. You should be. Uncle Yip.
Seems like Zhongli has decided to skip the formalities.
Yeah.
Well,
You have to be proud. Like how could you not be
he's a
proud of
hard
Gami?
worker. Yes.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit
Yeah,
hot-headed.
passionate. He's a very passionate person.
To find talking about such things in person difficult. If there's a particular sentiment you wish
Oh
to
my
convey,
god, Zhongli is
perhaps we could
amazing.
pass it along for you.
He's like, I'll tell him.
No. It wouldn't be right to ask that.
Well,
of
hearing
you.
it from Zhongli would mean a lot, actually. For me, anyway.
This thing between us has festered for many years now. In truth, there are some things that simply aren't easy for us to
Of course,
talk through.
but as the dad, I think it'd be
Been
great
in
if
the
you took
tea
that first step.
business for most of my life, and I always hoped my child would do the same. Otherwise, how would he support himself?
Right now, he's making more than enough
Over
money.
the past few years, I heard how well he was doing for himself as a guard. How his work was taking him to farther and farther off places.
Yeah.
I also heard that he never gave up on wushu
Okay.
dancing. It made me happy. But I was also worried.
So it seems like he loved the wushu dancing, or would love the idea of it's probably one of those things where he's like, if he knew he could make money off the wushu dancing, he would be like, yes, go for it. And it sounds like he wanted his child to be more secure. I think it's like, there's a reason why they have Cloud Retainer in this, because I do feel like I feel like the way he went about it was probably not the best, wasn't the best as his dad. He should have supported him more. He should have seen that Gamin was such a hard worker that he would be able to get, money. And Gamin is at a stage now where he's like he said he's comfortable with extra to spare. That's good. That's for anyone. Like even now in our time, if someone says like, I'm comfortable with disposable income, amazing. Like so good. For Gamin to be able to say that, that's so good. But it seems like he's like, now that he's hearing he's doing well for himself, he's like, I actually feel good about this.
When you're
a
young,
little bit.
you can handle all that physically taxing work and manual labor. What young person isn't capable of making a living that way?
Okay.
My concern is what happens when you...
So you're saying you
get
can't be a
old.
bodyguard forever?
Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be reinforced in the belief that I was right. That I was right not to give in.
The issue is that like, yes, you're feeling like, oh, I want him to be secure. That's such a lovely thing to even think about. And it's such like a nice thing to have a business that's just ready-made for you. You know what I mean? That's so incredible. Jesus Christ. Like most people would dream of that, to just take over a business that's profitable, that's actually working, like to take over like a farm that's working or something. Like it's a really nice thing. But from my perspective, you were not right, because if your son ended up leaving you and now hasn't talked to you in years, then the way you went about it was not the right way to go about it. That's just my perspective.
I often regret introducing him to wushu dancing as
We
a
introduced
kid.
him.
If I had known how things would turn out,
Oh no, but that's his passion.
I would have never taken him to see those performances.
It's
in
what
the
makes him
first
happy
place.
though.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path. No one would begrudge you that sentiment, Uncle Ip. You need not worry.
I agree. It's just about the
You seem
right
quite
way to go about it.
young, Mr. Zhongli. Yet you speak with such wisdom. Perhaps I have misjudged your age.
No, he's 32.
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, one
Oh
of
my
my
God.
old friends has several grown daughters.
He's talking about Cloud
Rather
Retainer.
than fretting about their future, however, she prefers to let them find
Yes,
their own
yes,
way.
that's exactly why they put her in
She
this
is more
story.
easygoing than I could ever be. I fear I lack such an open mind.
I personally wouldn't even call it easygoing. I think that Cloud Retainer is like still very hands-on, but just from a distance, right? They're able to like kind of like still help, make sure they're okay, but from a distance.
I meant to say earlier, there is no need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name, Ipdak.
Sure.
And we're just sitting between it now.
So, do you also think I fret too much, Mr. Zhongli?
I don't think it's fretting. I think it's just the way you went about it. That's it.
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. Only a fool would ask a parent not to worry about their child. But think of it this way. Raising a child is not unlike flying a kite. Hold the string too tight, and it can no longer soar.
Fantastic way
As
of
my
putting
friend
it.
once said, if your children are aiming for the stars, clipping their wings will only cause them to come crashing down. You need to let out the line for a kite to soar.
So much to talk about here. That puts so much weight in what Shenhe said earlier. Shenhe, when she was talking about how her kite that she sees herself as, the tether that is tied to it, the rope that is tied to it, makes her feel free. It makes her feel like she still has a connection to her mother while she feels free. But you could see it with Gaming. He sees it as something that's like like an attachment or an anchor. So it's like the two ways of looking. It's so good.
It seems I was too
Yeah,
stuck
it's
in
literally
my
the way you
ways.
went about it.
You need not
You cared,
reproach
but it was the
your
way you
heart
went
for
about it.
caring. You simply need to loosen
Exactly.
your hold a
Yes,
little.
Zhongli. Perfect.
Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Gaming to the pursuit of other things? Like going for a stroll, drinking tea, or taking in the scenery.
Zhongli's so wise.
You never know what surprises could be in store.
My God.
Things can change in the blink of an eye.
And you know everything, but you know more than anyone about that, Zhongli.
The blink of an eye, you say. Do things change so quickly?
If Zhongli told you his entire
Children
story,
grow up in quite the same way, do they not? Day after day, year after year, sometimes in the blink of an eye, but always when you least expect it. As a father, I'm sure you know that best.
Yes, you can say that again. 1 second, Gaming was a kid. The next thing I knew, he was ready to fly the nest.
Zhongli certainly has a way with words.
you know he's fantastic. It's so fun to listen to him. Oh, here he is. Look at him. This is the thing. He's just such a sweetheart. He's so ambitious. He's such a hard worker. It's hard not to just be like so supportive of him constantly.
Gaming is back.
He's so great.
Hey, Gaming, we're over here.
Dad, Traveler, Paimon. Good, you're all here. Oh, and Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng funeral
Yep, just the
parlor?
guy from Funeral
You're
Parlor.
here too?
Hu Tao's subordinate.
A fated meeting indeed. We were just enjoying some pleasant conversation.
Is everything resolved?
Well, you could say that.
What did you do?
What does that mean?
Did you beat up the...
Traveler, Paimon, come with me.
Oh.
I need to talk to you.
Did he find out? Did he find out?
Oh, okay.
I mean, like, I imagine the Adepti didn't want to get, like, into a fight with him.
I'll come right out and say it. Those two bandits, you sent them.
So
didn't you?
smart. So smart. Yep.
So that's how we're starting off?
He's been so good to us. He's
Can't look
earned
me in
being
the eye,
direct.
huh? Guess I'm right then.
He's earned a direct
Okay, but
question.
how'd
You know what I mean? He's been so good to us.
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills. I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, I was never able to close that distance.
Yeah, they were going fast.
People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start, like sneaking up on us while we were distracted. Unless, of course, their real motive was to lure me away from the group all along.
Look at that, piecing everything together.
You're pretty quick on the uptake.
I mean, he's lived his
I
life
just
pretty
have a
much
lot of
like, you know,
experience. I've dealt with many a
by
ruthless bandit
not by
in my
himself.
time.
He's had friends and people like that. But I'm saying, like, you know, when you've had to like, you know, get your own job, get your own stuff, get your own food, all this stuff. Like, you become savvy to a lot of things, especially when you're delivering stuff and you're protecting people. You become savvy to different tells, and he's talking about that here, and he's very good with this.
I've never seen ones like them. In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get back on the straight and narrow, and that they could hang out with me in Liyue Harbor anytime.
Sweetheart.
Ever
Sweetheart.
consider you might be a little too good at making friends?
That's what I'm saying, because I didn't want to say he's alone, because he's really good at making friends. He's a real sweetheart. What I'm more, you know, what I hope it makes sense. What I was trying to say is that when you had to like make your own money and do your own job and all this stuff, and you're separated from your family that quickly, you will learn a lot. Like even though it's difficult, you'll learn so much so quickly. Like in this sense, obviously, I'm not advocating for like, you know, parents just be like, hey, get out of here as soon as they turn like a certain age. But I'm just saying, like, Gamin had to. Like, in his mind, he had to get out there on his own. And he's obviously learned a lot from being a bodyguard, from being a, even being a dancer. Like, you learn a lot about people. But he is such a good people person that even now he's making friends with, like, the quote-unquote bandits that, like, you know,
I'm
came near
guessing
him.
you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me? I appreciate it, I really do. But this conflict between us has been going on for a long time.
Yeah. And it's only
if
been
those two
festering
were
for a
real
while.
bandits and I was able to subdue them and show him what I was capable of, it wouldn't change anything. You've seen the way he talks to me.
Well, he turned his back on you the first thing, which isn't nice.
Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not around.
Yeah, but he also did say, I still feel like I'm right. I think that what's happening here is that it's in his... And like before, you know, I know someone will probably say, well, like he's definitely trying. I think he is. I think what's happening here is that it's the dad caring about his son so much that he wants him to have a secure life, but Gamin is not asking for like pure security. He's asking to follow his dreams. I think what Zhongli said is right in the sense. It's because it's very clear from the conversation we had. Like Paimon just said, right? You know, even though he said like he felt like he was still right, he does care about Gamin. But it's just expressing that is the difficult part. Because now it's been so long as well. It's like, how do I start this off? How do I start this conversation off? There's probably a feeling of guilt as well. I mean, imagine seeing your son after all these years and being like, what do I say? You know? It's a very tough situation. And I do think Gamin like is right to feel like it might not be resolved, because if you're, as he said, he's gone out and made his own thing with his life. He's probably like, you know, he's become more comfortable and more comfortable. It can be very difficult to like go back into a space that feels confrontational, you know?
Zhongli was talking things through with him and he nearly agreed to let it go.
Yes, he was on the track. Zhongli was really swaying him.
You don't believe us?
He won't let it go.
It's your perspective.
He can say as much as he wants to other people, but he won't talk
So
to
this is
me.
how Gamin feels. So hopefully we'll get a conversation out of this. Hopefully. Oh, sorry guys. I hit it with my elbow. Did it skip back?
Will that even do anything?
Oh no, I skipped it forward. My bad.
You wanted to prove yourself to your dad. Why don't you tell him about all the hard work?
I think I skipped back way too far. Way too far.
certain of it.
Yeah. Okay. Here it is. Okay.
You told us you wanted to prove
But from
yourself to
Gamin's
your
perspective,
dad.
I understand
Why
where he's
don't you
coming
tell him
from.
about all
How
the hard
difficult
work
this can
you've
feel
done
if you
these
have
past
one
few
perception of
years?
someone for so long. You know.
Will that even do anything? I'm not sure
Oh, look at his
talking is
eyes.
enough.
You won't know unless you try. Just like how you won't know if something is delicious unless you taste it. Listen to us. It's time to put these people skills to good use. You can make friends with anyone, so why not your dad?
It won't hurt to try.
I'll do my best.
I believe in you, Gamin.
You are
People
very
skills on the-
knowledgeable, Mr. Zhongli.
That's also an interesting point as
I'm
well. He has the
impressed.
people skills of like
This-
of like probably the best people skills we've seen ever. In most video games, he has one of the best talents for talking to people, but it's difficult for him to talk to his dad. And I think that's such a good contrast because it shows how difficult it can be with those family situations. He is so good at talking to people, but here he's finding it very hard.
Despite my being in the tea industry for several decades, it seems I still have much to learn about the art of tea tasting.
Oh, you can learn a lot from
You
Zhongli.
flatter me. It was nothing but a few humble
And Zhongli's talking about
musings.
tea. He's gonna be so happy.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
It's not like it was alcohol. Yeah, tea's good. Tea's good. I like tea.
Ipdak and I have found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems to grow stronger the longer it
Nervous
has to
Gamming makes me feel so
Well said, Mr.
strange,
Zhongli.
right? It's cute,
Coming,
but
Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable. You should take the opportunity to learn from people like him when you're in the city.
Huh? Oh,
oh my god, even this
Of
little
course.
conversation makes it mean so much to him. You can see it.
Zhongli?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Ipdak, but I, unfortunately, have some unfinished funeral
Zhongli
parlor
gets this
business to
social
attend
cues
to.
so well now. Look at
Oh,
this.
I hope I didn't keep you. My apologies for taking up so much of your time, Mr. Zhongli. No need to stay on my
Instant
account.
respect for Zhongli,
When
by the
you're
way. Makes
less
sense.
busy, let's find the time
Makes
to
perfect
meet.
sense.
I'll treat you to dim sum.
It would be an honor.
That little thing he said to Gammon, you should learn from you like Zhongli, even though it's kind of like the start of a, you know, hey, you're going to be staying in the city, so you might as well like, you know, it's the start of a conversation.
You two have a nice chat,
Right? It's something. And you could see it in his eyes. It was something that's an affirmation of, hey, you're staying in the city and I know you're staying in the city.
Thanks for helping us talk things through with Uncle Ip. Good thing you were able to pick up on what we were putting down.
I have been around the both of you for some time now. You could say I have a certain level of expertise in that regard.
He understands Paimon language
As
now.
for my role in the conversation, think nothing of it. I hardly did anything noteworthy.
You probably changed some minds.
You never changed, do
Like,
you?
what he said was actually very impactful for both of their stories.
Why did you have us walk all this way? Paimon thought we just had to go far enough to be out of earshot.
A friend approaches.
Huh?
Hello.
Oh my freaking god, what?
I've been here the whole time.
Oh, I've been here the whole time. Look, I'm sorry, before we get this, look at this, look at him just say hello, watch this.
You. Why did you have us walk all this way? Paimon thought we just had to go
Oh
far
my
enough
god,
to be
that
out
is
of
so
earshot.
fun.
A friend
Watch this,
approaches.
watch.
Hello.
Hello. Oh my god, this is the best event ever. We're getting to see
I've
Xiao
been here
again.
the whole time.
You've been here the whole time, where have you been? So he was there when the kite was...
Ghostly Kite. Could that elusive Director Hu be coming to Wangshu Inn once again?
Oh my god, so you thought that was Hu
What is
Tao?
she doing here? I suppose it matters not. Given her relationship with Rex, well, Zhongli, I might as well go pay my respects.
No, you want to go say hi, because the last time you went to that dinner, it was so fun, and you're hoping that you get another invite. Oh my god, I love that he saw the freaking thing. He's like, I'm going to say hello to Hu Tao, and it's actually Zhongli. Oh, look at his eyes.
It's you.
Look at him.
I thought you were Director Hu.
He was going to say hi to Hu Tao.
Your arrival is most fortuitous. Do you want to try out this new
Xiao, do you want
gadget?
to try out the kite, he says.
The addition of the power source makes the takeoff more stable.
This is
It's
so
just that-
sweet. I'm never going to get over
He
that he...
seems quite immersed in the study of this device.
Yeah.
I fear it's almost too stable. It completely negates the pleasure of
Oh,
seeing
right,
one's
it's not as
kite
fun.
sway
Oh,
with the
this is
wind.
so sweet.
It's a bit of a shame.
Holy hell.
In truth, I'm here because Director Hu dispatched me to purchase some items in preparation for Lantern Rite.
And look, I remember Zhongli saved
see.
his freaking life.
Much like she does every year. Much like she'll do next year, I would imagine.
I love Xiao having like an almost casual conversation with someone.
Am I wrong? Or has she once again sent you out to buy, what is it, sesame oil or something?
So I love having a full
While we're on
conversation.
the subject, I do wonder why she is so obsessed with using sesame oil in the preparation
Tastes
of
good.
mixed
Tastes really
vegetable
good.
dishes for Lantern Rite. A recommendation from Xiangling, perhaps. What do you think, Xiao?
I've only met Director Hu a few times. I'm hardly the best person to ask.
Yeah, but he's asking you because again, we're having a conversation.
And is that not a sign that you should visit
Yes!
Wangsheng Funeral
Oh
Parlor
my
more
God!
often? It wouldn't hurt to grace the parlor with your presence now and again, when you are otherwise unoccupied.
That is him saying, please come and visit more often, please.
This one here is a traditional
That's
kite,
so good.
one without any equipped mechanical device. Director Hu tasked me with studying the differences between the two to determine which one is of greater merit.
What a great job. What a great job.
Many hands make light work. Perhaps you could test out the other kite
Oh
for
my
me?
god.
All right.
What we're seeing is like so many different dynamics, not just like parental dynamics. Like we have like, you know, again, people who care about each other, right? Because it's like you have Zhongli now, like kind of like he's very quickly understanding how he's going to get Xiao to like join in with this conversation, join in with the kite flying, right? Help me with my job. And of course, Xiao would help with that. And I love that like Zhongli's such a people person. He's able to do this as well. He knows Xiao so well. But it's so good to see Xiao. But also, Xiao saw Hu Tao's freaking kite and said, I'm going to go talk to her, I guess. Which to me translates to, maybe she'll invite me to another dinner. Maybe I'll get to go to another one of those dinners. I know he wasn't one. I know he wasn't officially invited by Hu Tao, but I really feel like it'd be really like that's what he was thinking. He's like, maybe I'll get to hang out with people today. Like the way he talks to himself, he's all like, I guess I'll go over and talk. He's trying to convince himself.
I have made my comparisons.
Yeah?
If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
Wonderful. I shall pass that information along to Director Hu. I'll leave these two
Look at
kites
my
with
boy.
you. Perhaps
Look at
you
him.
can find a few friends with which to partake in the activity. You might find it to be an enjoyable use
He's
of
still
your
trying to
time.
encourage him to come back. Like, hey, enjoy life. Enjoy life.
Wait. Who enjoys kite
Oh, you don't
flying?
like it?
Well, I would imagine someone of your talent and wisdom
Yep.
is more than capable of finding out.
He is praising him to the nines.
So, you were testing out the kites for Hu Tao and even roped Xiao into doing it for you? Paimon didn't ask earlier because the situation was...
No, but it's amazing the way this has gone.
I would hardly say I roped Xiao into anything. I simply sought the help of a friend. Besides, we did the testing together.
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing.
It doesn't matter, we're gonna win either way. It's very funny.
Do you like kite flying, Xiao?
I suppose I neither
Look at
like
him!
nor
Look at him!
dislike it.
Right now! Everyone look at
Although,
him!
Watching a kite gradually ascend into the sky does bring me a certain peace of mind. Perhaps they're a bit like shell lanterns in that way.
Yeah?
Kite flying is also a pleasant form of relaxation.
Have you ever thought about making a kite, Xiao? Cloud Retainer taught us how. We
That
can
would be
choose
so
you if you
fun.
want.
Please, Xiao, please. Please, Xiao.
There's no need.
You have one?
Menogius was the only Yaksha among us who had an interest in matters of ornamentation.
Or you have to make one
and
yourself.
design. When Lantern Rite is over, come find me near Pervasi's temple if you have the time.
You better. This video better. This video better.
It's getting late. I should go inform Director Hu of our findings.
How's she been, by the way? Be sure to say hi to her for
Oh,
us.
is she really not going to show up?
The last time I spoke to her, she mentioned that she would be visiting Chaoying Village
Oh, so
in a few
there's a
days.
possibility. There's a
If
possibility.
you have the time, perhaps you could also make the trip.
Yeah, no. Okay.
If you happen to run into her, you can pass along your regards in person.
That's awesome.
We'll keep that in mind.
They're definitely setting. She's probably going to be
Take care,
here.
Zhongli. See you later.
See you next time.
The whole conversation for me with Xiao there was Zhongli basically saying, come on, like, people want to see you. We talked about this. Come on, you got to hang out with people. Show up to the funeral parlor more often. See me. Like, he wants to. I want to see you. That was the whole point of that whole Perilous Trail mission, was to show Xiao that he had, like, obviously there's more points than that, but like the Xiao story during the Perilous Trail was all about like, hey, people actually want to see you and hang out with you. They actually like you for who you are. Oh, nice transition.
Coming.
Oh, very well done. Very well done.
You can go first.
It's showing how they're alike, but also at the same time, you know,
don't
very
have
different.
anything to say.
What do you mean?
Then I'll go.
I feel like the dad should have stepped forward and made it.
I still don't want to leave Liyue Harbor.
Yeah, and you don't have to
Oh. I can't say I support that decision.
support it.
Hey, let me finish before you
Yeah,
get
but it was the
all
wrong
worked
choice
up.
of words. You got to use the right words. If you want, I know you
Sit, Shinhe, sit.
with her daughter.
You must be tired from your
This is just
journey.
so fun.
Shall I pour you a cup of tea, or would you prefer something else to drink?
Wait, they're just sitting
No
over
need.
there.
I'm not tired.
We went from tension to
They're
fun
gone,
once
Master.
again.
Perfect. The time is nigh for us to make an appearance. Do you remember the plan one recounted to you?
A plan.
Yes, Master. We aim to give them a demonstration of familial
Wait,
love.
oh my god, that's exactly why they're there. To be like, hey, look, this is what we
So
can do.
I'll have whatever you
Look at
are
the
having.
conversation we can have.
All right.
What are Auntie Xianyun and Shanhe doing here? Just how many people are involved in this
Yeah,
scene?
he's so smart to pick up on that right away as well, obviously.
I suppose all I can do is just take a seat and see what happens.
Perfect. I just so happen to have bought some
Oh my God, the
Sanglo tea
acting.
recently. It's quite the delectable variety.
Oh no.
Or it would be if one has not been forced to drink it every day in the hopes of whittling down one's considerable stash. One has more than had one's fill already. Oh, forget it. Such thoughts detract from the present need to keep up the conversation. Has work been busy during the holiday season? Do you need my help with anything?
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble, but I deal with them as you taught me, by pinning their heads against the table.
Rightly so.
Are Auntie Xianyun and Shanhe serious right now?
No. So that's what she actually taught them. She's like, hey, pin their head to the table, by the way.
Oh dear. While one was busy orchestrating this act, one seems to have forgotten
And she's
about
dead
Shanna's
serious.
Various eccentricities. What I meant to ask was, have you made any new friends? We live so far from each other. It would be a great comfort to me to know you were surrounded by good companions.
Pin their head against the table.
You already know of my past circumstances. Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night. Guoba can't talk, but his companionship is a comfort.
The Adeptus, right?
The poor child. Her one friend can't even talk. I guess maybe Gummy is not doing so bad after all. Perhaps I've been too hard on
They
her.
did the opposite. They made him not feel.
Let's move on.
They made it seem like Shenna's doing so bad that Gamin is actually doing amazing by comparison. When in reality, Shenna's like happier than anyone could be.
Are we? Do you have any plans for today, Shenhe? How about we do something fun?
I'm in bits.
That sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she'll loosen up a bit.
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain from dawn until dusk, picking herbs to eat for dinner along the way. If that is what you ask of me,
Right, look.
then that is what
Oh
I
my
shall
god,
do.
stop.
Dad, here, have some tea. Or no, wait, best not have it just yet.
Yeah. I simply can't listen to that
could.
any longer.
I could.
Gumming, I'd like to finish what I was
So he's like,
trying to
Gamin's
say
doing so
before.
well.
I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue Harbor, because living there is too hard on you. If you come home, there will be people to help you. I'm not saying we have to live under the same roof. I know our personalities are too similar to avoid
Oh.
butting heads. But you'll have your entire
This just
family
went from the
around
funniest
you.
thing ever to like
Your aunts, uncles.
being very sweet, actually.
They'll all do whatever they can to help. You could get a less taxing job, and we could
See,
grab
from his
dim sum
perspective, he sees
together
this as the
from time to time.
compromise, but
Huh. I didn't know dim sum was such an important affair, Master.
Shh. Just think about it, okay? You don't have to decide
see,
now.
he obviously wants him to be back home. He obviously wants to see him, but also at the same time, he knows that like Gamin and him, like that actually breaks my heart when you hear someone say we don't have to live under the same roof because we just butt heads so much, especially when it's like father and son.
Dad really has changed a lot. He would never have said these things to me before.
He's basically saying you will get support if you come back home, but
Thank you, Dad.
It's been long enough, don't you think? Oh, Paimon
just to hear a thank you as well, you know, because again, from my perspective, it's like the way you go about it, right? And I think that's an okay request to have. It's like it's really difficult to work in Liyue Harbor. You're doing all this really dangerous stuff. If you want to come home, there'll be family to support you. We'll all support you. There'll be a job waiting for you. I feel like it's a fair question to ask, and obviously, it's to support his decision in the end is the most important thing with Gamin. I just think it's like so funny that like Shenhe, because here's the thing, Shenhe loves her life and she has a good life and she's very good at what she does, but she made it seem like she's having like the hardest time in the world when really she loves her life so much, you know, and she's actually like in a really good place. Really interesting how that plan worked, but at the same time, didn't work the way they wanted it to work.
Made up by now. Oh, they're drinking tea in silence. That's not a good sign. Did Xianyun's plan not work
I think maybe it's not that it didn't work. I think it's more just a case of like that it's
Hey,
like trying to
I'm sorry we were gone for so long.
like something was important was just said, so maybe it's just like letting it rest for a second,
Chatting
hopefully.
with some friends and didn't realize how much time had passed.
Perfect timing, actually. We seem to be just about done
Yeah?
here.
Yep, let's go. I'll get the bags.
Okay, so there is like again there is a conversation.
Gaming has grown a lot
that's so
taller, hasn't
sweet.
he?
That's such a sweet thing to hear about. Like when you hear, because they haven't seen each other for so long, to hear him say like, "Oh yeah, he's grown taller." It's just a little thing, right? But it's noticing a change in his son, which is such a sweet thing. And there's Charlotte. It's so weird now knowing she's from Fontaine, seeing her here with like someone like
Thank you for
Gamin.
coming all this way. My name is Charlotte, and I'm reporter from Fontaine. You can find me writing for the Steambird. I invited you here not just to purchase
So
your
Charlotte
fine
was the
tea,
person that he was
but
supposed to meet
also
up
the hope
with.
that you might be willing to sit down for a short
So she was involved in this
What do you
too?
say?
An interview? To advertise my teas?
I suppose you could think of it that way. We Fontainians are big
Heck
tea
yeah.
drinkers too.
Yeah. And water drinkers.
Fontaine Market. Then I'll need some time to adequately prepare. Perhaps we could sit down and discuss the questions you intend to ask in advance.
This is so interesting. So,
Of course. Please follow
so
me.
like, I wonder if this Charlotte, she probably does think this interview is nice. No, she winked. Okay, it's definitely the plan. I was thinking, like, does she also want an
Is this person
interview?
also involved in your plan?
That's so sweet. Of course Charlotte would do that for us.
And here,
'Cause
I
we do it
thought
for
I
her.
had lots of connections.
We're close friends now.
I suppose I've been humbled. You sure know all kinds of cool and important
Coming from
people.
you who knows everybody?
Over here. Yoo-hoo!
Is that Shenyun? Yeah, it is. Yeah. I was like, is that Shenyun? Then I saw the name.
What? Auntie Shenyun?
Shenyun is a better way to
Wants
pronounce
talk
it.
about the next phase of the plan. Let's go while your dad is still distracted.
Shenyun's plan fell on its face but worked so
I take it
well.
that all is going well.
Not that this whole
Don't worry,
this whole thing was
Shenyun.
her plan, but I'm talking about the actual plan of trying to make it seem like show the familial love. And Shanna just describes the way she loves her life, but it's actually like so dangerous and it sometimes sounds sad. I just talked to Guba. Her friend can't even talk.
Everything is going according to plan.
I knew it. I knew that was all an act earlier. Auntie Shenyun is really
I hope you see how much, like, and he
She
knows
was
how
so
much people
determined to
care about
help
him
me.
as well.
She didn't even care about making herself and Shanka appear foolish in front of my family.
I don't think that was the intention.
She truly knows how to
I
look out
don't
for
think that was
others.
the intention.
I still have a lot
But
to
yeah,
learn.
she doesn't care.
As for the next step,
She's very caring to other people.
Oh no!
Oh no?
What's wrong, Gamin?
Don't tell me you're the ones footing the bill for all that tea. I
Oh,
can't
he's
let you
so
do that.
considerate.
fret not. Reimbursements will be made.
Exactly. Think of it more as an investment, as Ningguang
Oh yeah, let's
would
quote
say.
Ningguang, for sure.
We pulled together the Mora so that Charlotte could place the order. She's gonna bring it back to the Steambird as a gift, as well as a
That's
sample of the regional
so
specialty.
cool. It's such a good
Fontainians
idea.
will probably fall in love with your dad's tea as soon as they lay their eyes on Charlotte's article.
But that's neat. Isn't
and
that
once
such a
all
good, like-
the money from the new orders begin to roll in, getting our Mora back will be a piece of cake.
So like, but like that's such a neat idea because again, like especially like if it's like tea from Liyue, they're gonna love it.
Oh, okay.
Or Shen Yu Vale, I suppose.
Business-related matters always seem to go over my head, but I refuse to let you all lose more on my behalf.
No,
I'll pay you back
no,
right
no,
now.
no. Do not worry about
We
it.
can talk about such matters at a later date. There are more important matters for you to consider at the moment, are there not?
Yes. I've been thinking about it the whole way here. I have an idea.
Yeah.
But I'd hate to cause even more trouble for all of you.
Jesus Christ,
That is for
Garmin.
us to decide.
Exactly. Shen Yun put it a great way, a great way there.
Plus, we wouldn't be here if we didn't want to help,
Yes.
right? Just tell us about this idea of
We'll
yours.
jump through hoops for you.
Okay. Whew. So, it's like this.
So we're gonna be hearing a plan here. But before we hear a plan, Shen Yun is so good at like being that kind of like again a motherly figure who's kind of like nonsense. That's for me to decide if I'm annoyed. You know what I mean? She's very straightforward while also being very caring within her like straightforwardness. Which straightforward is probably not the best word because like I think sometimes she's like very like elusive sometimes too, and sometimes she's like the way I describe her character is she's very like blunt, but she doesn't always mean the bluntness. It's a different, like, say, Chiori means what she says and says what she means, but while Shen will say something, might not actually mean it, but she might actually mean something more caring behind it. Like, if she tells Shen He, like, get back to work or something like that, it means, like, you know, leave here before you being nice to me makes me cry. You know, that kind of way. She seems like that anyway, to me.
Got it. Just leave it to us. Let's split up and make it happen. We need to do those things we talked about, but we also still have the kite flying competition. Since Xiao already tested out those kites for us, why don't we also go buy one of those mechanical thingamabobs or whatever they're called? We can attach it to our kite.
Oh, they were still remembering the kite stuff as well.
Hello again.
And Xiao.
Welcome back. I see you returned from your trip. I really do have to thank you for all your help from before. Thanks to you, my daughter was able to build a kite with her grandmother that very same day. She even wrote a long letter telling me how much she loved it.
Oh, you should really be thanking Gaming, not us.
I'll be sure to. And are you here to buy a kite? Please, take your pick.
Which one would you guys
We
pick?
already have a kite. We wanted to buy one of those, device thingies from Fontaine. Do you sell them separately?
Ah, yes. Here you go. Please, take it, free of charge. The directions are in the box. It's not hard to install at all.
It doesn't feel right for us to just take
Yeah.
it.
Well, nor would it feel right for me to take your Mora. Good luck in the kite flying competition. I'll be rooting for you.
All right then, thank you.
Oh, that was the sweetest thank you ever from Paimon. I know we're working on the kite, like, right away.
It's done. Let's get down to business.
Wait, we're getting a cutscene. There's like 40 minutes. We're getting a cutscene now? What?
Chi-Chi, we're almost there.
Oh my god, adorable. Look at Gigi. She's like, yeah, let's go. Yo, yo. That's so sweet. Two sweethearts. Look at the gals. With their amazing outfits. This is always so cool. I can't believe I'm eventually going to get to experience this myself.
Come here, allow me.
Allow you? Oh, she's fixing. Oh my god, sisters to the end. I love how they're bonding. This is so freaking cool. This means the world to me. I know they go off again, the Shaolin Lantern. Wait.
Did something happen?
Wait, what?
What should we do? Oh, should we get the Millilith?
Wait, what's happening? All the lights are fading. Or is it planned? Oh, it's planned.
What's that?
No way. It's freaking planned. They're doing it. They're doing some. Common! He's doing a wushu dance in front of everybody. With the music in the background as well. Oh, I'm so proud of him. Look at him. Oh my god. I am so freaking proud of him. And how would you, on top of the water as well, how would you not be amazed by this? Yeah, everyone move, everyone move. Is that his dad? Oh my god, this boy. This music is gorgeous as well. Look at this. And there's a depth eye. And they're showing you. Look at Common. Look what he's able to do. And he's jumping on the freaking lanterns. This music's gorgeous. Yeah, this is amazing. Holy freaking hell. I am so happy for him. Look what he's doing. Is he just... Okay, he's just the most polite, coolest character who ever lived in the history of the universe. Oh my god. Everything looks amazing. No, I'm sorry. Star. Absolute superstar. Common, look. And he's looking for his dad, is he? He is. Look at that. Look at Shuyu points over and I just say that's Common. Oh my god. Common, the star of the Lantern Rite. Sorry if I went... Oh, there's Kuching. Sorry if I went a bit crazy there, guys. I just noticed the mic levels might be a bit much.
Already? I need to load more film.
Oh, they love their bonding as well. That was amazing. Oh, look at the two of them. They look so great, don't they? Like, the outfits are amazing. Oh, that... Yeah, it is. Garmin, come on now. And he shakes it off too. I'm so proud of him. I'm so happy for him. I'm like, I don't think I've like ever smiled this much, ear to ear.
The wind.
The wind? Shenyun's doing it. Look at what she cares about people. She genuinely does care about people. Oh, look at the smile. Hu Tao! We did get to see her. Oh, we did get to see her, and she's so happy she's doing a little dance.
Happy Lantern Night.
I love the bond these guys have made. This is overwhelming. This is overwhelming. I'm so happy you got to see something like this. No way. Oh. And it's Shuyu with the actual thing itself. Fly a kite with your dad. Are you Oh, he's running. I thought he was going to be he's running. I am in tears. And it's so amazing. Like, that's one of those things that, like, no matter how old they are, you see the wonder in his eyes and he, like, runs to him like a child, right? He ran to him like a child. That's so freaking sweet.
I think I'll head off now, if that's okay.
Oh, Shuyu, of course.
Thank you, little girl.
Look at this.
Do you want us to walk you back?
There's tears in my eyes, but I'm also like the happiest I've ever been.
Master is waiting for me right over there.
What a good kid. What a good kid is Shuyu. Dad, say something now. Yiptak, say something. Say I'm so proud of you. Again. Because they're so alike. In some ways and different in other ways as well.
I suppose I'll go first this time.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay.
Please.
Your performance. I've seen many wuxia dances in my time, but
my god.
I've got to admit, what you pulled off there was breathtaking.
Yes.
Wow.
That must feel so good.
I never thought I'd live to hear you say that.
Oh my
You're
god.
serious about doing this professionally?
Absolutely. I know it'll be difficult, but...
Yeah.
Then it doesn't matter.
No. No, okay, no, I have to keep letting him play, but
to say
no.
Is, of course, it'll be difficult. But if that's your decision, if that's your dream,
oh my god,
it doesn't matter how difficult it is. As long as you put in the work, then any obstacle can be overcome in time.
It's so
really,
amazing.
When I was young, I also... Actually, how about we save that story of my past for another time? All I really want to say is, I've changed my mind.
Oh.
And much like this kite.
Yes.
You also deserve to soar to new heights.
Oh my god.
Dad.
Oh, Cummins' eyes.
Son.
Hug.
Son?
Oh god. I was gonna say like how it was weird that like I was watching this whole thing and there was like there was tears in my eyes, but like I was smiling so much that I feel like it was counteracting it. Like I never smiled this much. I was so happy. And then he said, I haven't heard that in a while. And I was like, it almost felt like the dams have broken a little bit.
That in a while.
Oh my god.
I bet you're wondering what's gotten into me saying all this.
I think it's just great you are saying it.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, his eyes are so soft.
Anyway, I know I've never found the chance to say this before, but to me, Gaming, you've always been a great kid.
Stop. He deserves to hear this.
All right, that's everything I've got.
Ooh.
Did you have something you wanted to say, or
I was actually like I was actually just so like happy. Like I was ecstatic. Right? And I still am happy. I'm still smiling. But like that's such a beautiful sentiment. It's such a beautiful sentiment. It nearly killed me. Okay, I'm done. Oh god.
Seeing the two of them talk things
Jesus
through like
Christ.
this really gives Paimon a
I'm
sense
done.
of accomplishment.
Oh guys. This is one of the most amazing events I've ever seen. And it's all happiness. It's all really just like there's no sorrow. Like obviously like there's a lot of like happiness that happens like whenever like I feel like Genshin's very good at doing that where like you feel like happy tears quite a bit. But this is like proud. I feel pride. I feel happiness. I feel relief. There's so much in this moment, that one hug. There's so freaking much.
Now go.
Now go.
Over there. Your friends are still waiting for you.
This is like him saying, you can come back to me anytime, but...
Huh? But you came all this way.
I'll be staying
hug.
in Liyue Harbor for a bit longer. When you have time, we can grab dim sum together. Your treat, right?
I think this represents him saying to Gamin, you can, it's like, move forward, go on with your life, but also know that I'm here whenever you need me, which is a perfect way of saying it. Perfect.
Go.
Okay, then I'm off.
This is the best outcome that could have come of this. This is the best outcome. He's going to get his kite that he made with Shuyu. Wait, did he put it on the other side?
That's quite the smile you've got there, Gummy.
Oh, look at him.
Really?
It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
What do you want to do?
I'd like to find and thank Auntie Xinyun, as well as everyone else.
Of course he does. Of course he
if everyone
does.
has time, maybe we could all get together and go fly a kite.
Oh, that's it? Wait. Is there another act after this? Wait. Okay. Oh, yeah. We're going to see Hu Tao. I am. I think I described it well, and you probably please tell me if you relate to it as well. There was no sadness there. I was not even crying. I was like, for the first part there, I was like, fine. I was like, that like it was like a permanent tattooed smile. I was like the Joker or something, Jack Nicholson's Joker there for a second. And then that hug just killed me. I am so happy for Gamin. We have to. Yeah, shit. Is this where
Mountain air is so refreshing.
Hu Tao is gonna be?
Paimon feel like she could float around all day.
Oh my god, my heart is like not gonna be able to take all this either.
Gummies!
Wait, what?
Soul fruit!
Who's this?
Huh? Did you hear that?
Who's that?
Sunshine! Blue skies! Good
Wait.
vibes!
Wait.
Right? So Paimon wasn't just hearing things. That voice sounds
Yeah,
really
no, talk in your normal
familiar.
voice for a second.
Well, we've got the time. Why don't we go check it out?
Gummies. Talk, please. Who is? You're freaking joking me.
Yeah, Clarande!
What? What? I did not expect this at all. I knew Charlotte was involved. I didn't expect these two.
Ah, well, if it isn't my dear partners.
Was that you who was shouting?
I told you that something good was going to happen during our travels today. I have to say, sometimes the Steambird's astrology column is spot on.
I'll be honest, I could not recognize that voice in like that loud tone screaming Gummies at all. I'll be honest with you.
It's just your lucky day.
Are you guys also here to catch the festivities? Oh, and that reminds me. Happy Lantern Rite.
And like I didn't expect it to be like
Right.
Navi at all.
Happy Lantern Rite!
And it's good to see Clarande too. I hope you guys understand that like Navi is like one of my favorite. Like Clarande, we love too as well. We haven't even done our story quest yet. We will be doing it soon. But this is like this game like is giving me such a gift, being like, hey, here's some tears. Now cheer the F up.
Wait, if you're here for Lantern Rite, then what are you doing on top
And why
of
were you shouting? Was that you shouting Gummies?
And that voice we heard, that was you, right, Navia?
Oh, impressive. You could tell it was me from that far away.
I've never heard her shout like that ever. It was like a whole like I guess it's just weird like because it's like you never hear them shouting, and I didn't expect to see Navi here. But yeah, I didn't know that was Navi at all. Interesting.
You've got good ears.
That or your voice is just really loud.
Well, of course it is. After all, I'm a boss.
You can kind of hear it on the tone of her voice, so yeah, that would be her
suppose you
shouting.
can
But I don't think I've ever heard her shout. Well, we never heard her shout
Having a loud
gummies.
voice is a handy tool when it comes to communication. Wait. That wasn't even Paimon's point. Paimon just wants to know why you two were shouting from the top of this
Yeah,
deserted
and what were you
mountain.
shouting?
There was something about almonds, maybe? And buell fruit? Ooh, is it some sort of secret code?
No, it's not a code. The words are meaningless.
Perhaps, but the act of shouting was very meaningful indeed. That's just what mountain climbers do, right? After all the hard work it takes
I love
to make
how
it to the
enthusiastic
top,
she
as
is.
you stand on the summit looking out at the vast scenery, it's not easy to
Oh my
resist the
God.
urge to release those emotions.
Also, the fact that Navi is in Shenyu Vale, like insane.
Exactly. You get me,
Oh
partner.
yeah, call me partner.
I was afraid that it would cause a disturbance.
I didn't think we'd
so
see her at
I
all.
asked the locals around here, and they said it was fine. Apparently, most hikers like to shout when they get to the top, so the locals are used to it by now.
No, that's insane. That's insane.
So, you see, it's not just me. I guess everyone shouts from the top of a mountain at some point in their
You can do
life.
it all you want. I'm
Speak
happy
for
for you to do it.
yourself.
And the fact that
you're
oh my god,
stressed,
I
have
just
you
like
ever
I was
just
so caught up in Navi and Chlorambian here. They're together. They're hanging out together. This is the best. This is the
Urge
best.
to do something for no reason?
Not really. If I ever get stressed, I just go hunting.
Oh, that's a pretty good way to relieve stress.
What I choose to hunt depends on my mood.
Yeah. Oh. I was just like, oh yeah, maybe you hunt. In my head, I was like, oh, you hunt some boar, hunt some. Maybe on a different day, you hunt some birds. But I'm like, wait, no, that's a very interesting answer from Clorand.
Anyway, why don't you
Navi,
two give
moving
it a
on.
try? Shout anything you want.
This is
It's
the
a real
best seeing
stress
Navi like
reliever.
this.
As long as Paimon has clothes on her back and food in her belly, Paimon doesn't think there's any stress that needs relieving.
Well, that's good. I prefer to keep things bottled
you
up.
guys are just too embarrassed to let loose.
Tell him, Navia. Tell him.
No need
Make
to
him
be
shout.
shy. Even FURINA was shouting from the top of this mountain earlier.
What?
Huh? Did Paimon hear that?
What?
Farina's also here?
Farina's in Shenyu Vale?
Village?
Believe in your ears. It is indeed as you heard.
What? All these Fontaine
Actually,
characters showing up
the reason
now?
we climbed this mountain in the first place was also because we heard the sound of shouting.
From Farina?
Yes, we could just about make out someone yelling things like, "Help me!" and "What should I do?"
Was something wrong with
So
her?
we hurried up here to check it out. And what do you know? Miss
Oh
FURINA
my
was
God.
standing right there, all red in the face. She practically sprinted back down the mountain the minute she saw
Farina's
us.
in frickin' Liyue.
That reminds me. I believe what she actually said was, "So help me, I will figure out what I should do about this
Oh,
script."
she was trying to like, okay,
So
get some
You
inspiration.
could actually hear what she
Look
was
at my
saying?
gal.
Why didn't you say so earlier? I thought someone was really in trouble.
Oh, they were going to save
I
her.
figured we would come check out the situation either way. Why not let her keep some privacy?
Oh, seems like you caught Farina in the middle of some stress relief as well.
Yeah, and that's good for her, right? I think shouting on top of a mountaintop sounds amazing.
No, she definitely would have never thought she would run into anyone she knew all the way out here.
Yeah.
I think so. We ran into Nervalette on the way
What
here as well.
are you
but
saying?
He was already on his way back, so they probably
What is
weren't
happening?
together.
All the Fontaine characters just together? They all just arrived to Liyue? To Shenyu Vale? Exactly, so many people.
It couldn't have been for vacation.
I think it just might have been, actually.
Oh my god, he's on vacation in
Apparently, he
Liyue.
only stayed for half a day before heading back. He's a very
Oh, so
busy
he's already in
man.
Fontaine again?
Neuvillette is not the type to take much time off. Taking even a half day for himself is already a huge step in the right direction.
Didn't Charlotte publish an article on the Liyue tea industry recently? Maybe he was inspired to come buy some tea after reading that article.
That would be awesome.
You know, just like you were.
My situation is completely different. I'm here because I was asked to accompany you. The tea purchase is simply an added bonus of this location.
You Fontanians and your tea drinking.
I can't.
Oh, it's not for me. I lost a bet with Ridesley.
You were
and now
betting
I
on
have
Ride.
to
Oh
buy
my
him
god.
something.
This seems like a
It
fitting
was
gift.
just a spur-of-the-moment sort of bet. Ridesley gets really invested in that sort of thing, but he couldn't care less about what
He just likes
wins
the
in
competition
end.
of the bet. I cannot
You
believe
could
we're
give
still.
him mint plants
I'm
that
still
you
in
pluck
shock.
from the side of the road, and he wouldn't even mind.
If only he was that easygoing when it came to talking business. In any case, I'm pretty sure the tea you bought is this region's specialty. What is it called again? Nervalette even mentioned it earlier.
Sunglow tea?
Yes,
Okay.
that's the one.
You didn't really buy 10 boxes, did you?
Did you?
Please, do I look like someone who would fall for that sort of marketing trap?
I don't know.
That reminds me. You guys said you only came up here because you heard my voice, right? I hope it didn't put you out.
Navia.
You must have had other plans for the day.
Navia, if I could have recognized your voice, like, cause again, I feel terrible, but like, I just never thought I'd hear Navia shouting like that on the top. Yeah, it's been, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's okay that I didn't recognize it, but also at the same time, if I knew it was you right away, I would have come running.
Oh, that's
I would have come running.
Hu Tao.
Hu Tao, yes. This is just.
A few days ago, we heard that a friend was going to be
This
in
whole thing's a
Xiaoying
gift to
Village,
Calvin.
So we decided to come and see if we could run into her.
Oh dear. We've been chatting for quite some time. I'm sorry for keeping you.
No, never.
That's good.
You should meet Hu Tao, by the way.
We should probably head out and look for Hu Tao.
I think. I don't know if you love Hu Tao, but I
No
think
need to stay on our
you'd
account.
find her funny.
We just got up here, so we're gonna stay around for a little longer.
Go and meet your friend. We can meet up in Xiaoying Village later.
Please, I would love to see the both of you again.
See you later.
I can't wait to get to know Clarande even more after her story quest as well. Because she's not, like, to me, like right now, she's just like a really cool character who has helped us out several times. But just like with every character, just like it was with Rio, to an extent like Nervalette as well. I think we love Navi already because she was a big part of the Archon quest and her story was like intertwined with the Archon quest. But I really want to get to know Clarande even more. I really do. And it's like one of the most fair ways. And like it's the same thing with like we already love Fremine, but like we did this event because we knew we weren't going to get a hangout quest or a story quest with them. It's that simple. And we would have done it anyway even if we already had a hangout quest, but like I feel like the story quests really do a good job of letting us know about characters like that. You know, it's just the way things go. It was the same in Sumeru, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, those story quests really helped us like get even though we had an understanding of the characters, we like our love was like emboldened by those story quests.
Tea. But you know what else they have with tea? That's right, dim sum!
The dog's like, give me dim sum.
Didn't Gaming say something about dim sum being eaten in the morning? Oh, Paimon wonders if we can still get some at this time of day. Oh, well that's fine too. Paimon doesn't care what kind of tea it is as long as it comes with some tasty snacks.
Very, very nice.
Now let's see what kind of yummy things we can find around here. Paimon's not seeing
Oh,
things, is she? Is that
oh my
Furina
God.
standing between Zhongli and Hu Tao?
Wait, what? Zhongli, Hu Tao, Furina in the same space. What?
Wonder what they're talking about.
What? What does
Zhongli knows a lot of stuff. Maybe he's telling Furina about Xiaoying
I can't even fathom this
or maybe Hu Tao is
interaction.
trying to rope Furina into being one of her clients.
Want to make a bet? I can't even fathom this
This
interaction.
isn't the Fortress of Meropide. But Paimon could be convinced for the right price. Let's say loser buys the winner 3
We have
huge bowls of
We have a
seafood
shared
kanji.
fund.
Since Zhongli is there, Paimon bets things are pretty tame.
But Furina and Hu Tao are there. It's probably chaotic as heck, and I'd love it.
Zhongli.
Hustler Hu Tao.
No time to waste. Let's go see who's right.
I need to see this interaction right now. Right now, this second. What's she doing? She talking to the water? Or looking at the water?
Good afternoon, Hu Tao, Zhongli.
This is so cool, seeing all three of them together.
Oh, great. Now Paimon's shouting too.
It's okay. It's okay. Release some stress.
Oh, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes?
Same to you.
Seems like our luck just keeps on growing.
Yep. So good to
That
see
we
you.
were able to meet you both without prior arrangement must mean that this is quite the serendipitous meeting indeed.
I guess.
Oh, so both of you are acquainted with the Traveler and Paimon then?
Oh my god, all these people are my beloved people.
Looks like someone's learned a thing or two from Zhongli.
For someone with, like who's like, you know, quite small, she has such like a big, like, you know, deep, like almost Santa Claus-esque laughing animation, you know?
I must admit, I'm a bit surprised to see you here, Traveler.
I know what other people have the same the same animation, by the way. I just think it's so funny whenever you see it coming out of someone. Farina, it's a surprise to see you here more than it is a surprise to see me here. I think so. I'm in shock.
But seeing as you're a hero who's been all over to that,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It makes sense that you would be well-traveled and well-connected. Since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this fertile land, allow me to take this opportunity to wish you a happy Lantern Rite.
Happy Lantern Rite.
It appears you have been to Fontaine then.
We've been, yep, we have.
Given your proclivity
This is
to
amazing.
spread good deeds wherever you go, it's no surprise that you would make the acquaintance of a celebrity as illustrious and celebrated as Miss FURINA.
Yes.
That's quite high praise.
Because you're amazing.
What I mean to say is, you flatter me, Mr. Zhongli.
Yes.
Although I've built up a certain following within Fontaine, it is no reflection of strength or wisdom.
So mature.
I stand before you right now as nothing more than an ordinary traveler in search of beautiful scenery and creative inspiration.
That's a very mature way of looking at it.
To Mr. Zhongli than meets the eye. I could tell as much from our conversation
Oh.
earlier. Given his breadth of knowledge on both academic and worldly matters, there's no way he hasn't heard about
she knows that he knows about her.
Is he just feigning ignorance for my benefit?
Sounds like a very Zhongli thing to do. He's very good at keeping secrets.
You're no common tourist.
I'm sorry. I have to go back. Whenever she says, I have to go back. Yeah, that sounds like a Zhongli thing to do. He's so good at keeping secrets.
Is he just feigning ignorance?
And he
for
would
my
too,
benefit?
for you.
No. You're no common tourist. I simply won't have you talk about yourself that way.
Okay, Hu Tao.
Oh, does that mean Hu Tao also knows?
She's getting nervous about who knows about what happened.
You may not have heard, friends, but...
Miss Hu Tao.
Miss FURINA is now one of my esteemed
Oh, so she did it. She got her as a client. Wait.
Yep.
So it's after Farina dies, she's gonna be in one of the coffins?
Okay, you win.
So she got a client. That's good.
Guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash at the bottom of her shoe.
The dangling of the change.
What's this about?
This is the
winning
best.
Something? Don't tell me.
So good.
You two were placing bets on us?
No, not at all. Not at all. Never.
We just saw you guys standing on the side of the road and couldn't help but take guesses as to what you were talking about. Oh, I see. That means you, my friend, must have guessed that I was trying to promote my business to Miss FURINA.
I know that's your prerogative.
That I do, my friend.
That's what you do.
What was Paimon's guess then? Paimon thought Zhongli was showing the newbie around.
By newbie, you mean me, right?
I can't get over the fact that we're seeing Farina in
If
Liyue.
that's the
It just
case,
feels so
then
weird.
Paimon's guess was also correct.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Zhongli was telling me about some great sightseeing spots in the area.
You see? Paimon was right too.
I guess we have to share
Since both of our guesses were right, there can't be a winner or a loser.
the change in her boot.
Hey, don't be upset, traveler.
No, I wouldn't take any money off you anyway.
How about this? You buy Paimon a bowl, and Paimon will also buy you a bowl.
That makes sense.
As for the third bowl... Since I was the subject of the bet, perhaps it should go to me.
Oh my god.
You know, as a congratulations for the huge deal I just
I
struck.
buy you a bowl anytime you want. Yes, me. I would.
was just joking.
I love her so much.
Anyway, I should be the one treating you. The funeral parlor is about to bring in quite the sum after all. Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask about the most important question. Did something happen recently, FURINA?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you know, with you enlisting the services of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor and all.
Right.
Well, yes.
Did someone die?
Really? Oh no. Paimon is so sorry for your loss. Although Paimon may have not known the person, please accept Paimon's deepest...
Whoa, it's not like that, Paimon.
Huh? since you hired the services of a funeral parlor and all. Hey, it's not that big of a stretch.
I suppose, yeah, but it's...
Really, Paimon, it's not like you don't know me. Do I look like I know anyone who would ask me to coordinate their funeral?
That would be the most fantastic, like, fantastical, incredible funeral you'd ever see in the world.
Miss TAO is simply helping prepare some props for my film.
Okay.
Not too long ago, I read a collection of horror stories from Liyue. The content was spectacular. In fact, I still feel the need to sleep with the light on even now. Anyway, that's not the point. Now that Fontaine's biggest star has returned to the stage, I figured it's about time the industry enjoyed a breath of fresh air.
I love that she like says she's afraid of like horror stories, because it's another thing that just like grounds a character, adding like a little layer to them that isn't important in the grand scheme of thing of like their past or their big stories, but it's really important to like show who they are as a person, right?
Hey.
It's a tiny thing that adds to them.
That's pretty good. I'll have to remember that for my ad posters.
Oh, Paimon sees. That makes a lot of sense. So, did you come to Liyue just to enlist the services of Longsheng Funeral Parlor?
Well, not exactly. My original plan was to just relax and enjoy the sights.
A little holiday, yeah.
Then I ran into Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli, and well, you know the rest. I suppose it was meant to be.
It was a fated meeting indeed.
I love when you can hear Zhongli talk like when he's like happy. You can hear the smile in his voice, right?
Loves his lofty turns of phrase. But if you ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions.
Oh? Who was it?
Yeah.
It's someone you know. Wanna take a guess?
Was it Nouvelette?
What? How did you guess that on your first
Because
try?
we were talking to Navia.
Very impressive, my friend.
I'm gonna skip it back, but I can't believe that we have Hu Tao and FURINA in the same frame. I just don't want to interrupt Hu Tao, you know? Or anyone, like but
How did you guess that on your first try?
Very impressive, my
Look.
friend. Your guessing game is spot on today.
yeah, we cheated.
Huh.
And we were considerate of her.
Nouvelette would be the type to get lost.
I'm sure he didn't get lost. Even I was able to find my way to this place without any trouble. He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. He just wanted to ask someone about the quickest way to get back to Fontaine.
Yup, that's exactly what he asked. This area is full of mountains and rivers. It's normal to not know the fastest route.
His famous swimming were probably the fastest route of them all.
Were you the one that
I think it's awesome that he was asking directions though, like for a dragon sovereign.
I'm also a guide of sorts, you know. So naturally, I also have a great sense of direction.
Beautiful nails, beautiful nails.
But
Just shouting it out here.
speaking of your friend...
Yeah?
What about him?
He doesn't get out much, does he?
No. No, he does not.
No wonder. He was stiff as a board and way too polite.
Very clinical,
I
right?
would have never guessed he was here on vacation if you hadn't told me.
All in all, he was only here for half a day. I'm pretty sure he is the only one who would consider that to be a vacation.
I love as well, like, if Hu Tao is talking about you, like, there's something off about that guy. You know for a fact that, like, there is something off about you a little bit, you know what I mean?
Oh? This gentleman you speak of must keep a demanding schedule.
I think
I'm
he's saying
sure he
he's wanted to
does.
kill you, by the way,
You didn't
Zhongli.
see him, but he was dressed like he was about to attend some important meeting. It wasn't anything like what someone would wear on vacation.
Is that so?
Wait, you didn't see him, Zhongli?
Unfortunately, no.
Or maybe, I don't know if that voice line was like, I don't know if that voice line was, like just him joking, or maybe like it was a little bit tongue-in-cheek, but I think he wanted to say he wanted to fight all the Archons.
At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss FURINA were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters of business can take much discussion, so I decided to fetch some tea for them.
Very cool.
What a shame. That gentleman seemed like a sophisticated sort of guy. I actually think you two would have hit it off.
Is that so?
I mean, you do have like similar... Yes, that's what I was saying. I think they have like an issue. They haven't. I think maybe. Again, please correct me. It could be a thing where like I think there is he has a problem with the gods, right? And he said from his voice lines, he said that he wanted to fight the gods. Nouvellette. It is what it is.
To borrow Miss FURINA's turn of phrase, perhaps it just wasn't meant to be.
Well, with the Traveler around, I'm sure you'll have a chance to get to know each other at some point.
That's right. She's got more friends than she knows what to do with.
Well, that's certainly true. Oh, that reminds me. If you get the chance, you should try and talk to Neuvillette into loosening up a bit. Just tell him the Palais Mermonia isn't going to fall apart if he disappears for a few days.
Aw.
He shouldn't keep himself cooped up.
She wants him to get like a little bit of a break.
Even clams open their shells to let in fresh water every once in a while, right? If he's really that much of a stickler for protocol, he can fill out a leave of absence request. He'd have to approve it himself.
True,
since he
true.
That sort of thing
It's
now,
nice that she's
but
looking out
you
for
know
him
what
though,
I mean.
right? Like he did for her.
This gentleman is also in charge of something pretty important.
He's the Udex. The demon who controls all the paperwork is very funny
Sounds
too.
like a pretty uptight sort of guy, all right.
We almost missed her saying yeah again. I just think it's such a nice thing that they've had for the Liyue characters, right? A lot of the Liyue characters say yeah. Which I again, it's not me just being like, like, oh, like that's funny. It's more just like it's really cool to hear because it's like a different phrase that is used in Liyue that isn't used in many other places in the game. I love hearing it. Yeah, it's
like
so cool.
Uptight sort of guy, all right. In my experience, a leader needs to be able to roll with the punches. That also includes knowing when and what to prioritize.
Fair, yeah.
It seems like your friend still has a lot of growing to do.
If I remember correctly, he's already several thousands of years old.
He's like, oh, he's old man. Oh, there's the girls.
Oh? Traveler, Miss FURINA. Those two individuals over there.
We have
appear
all
to
these
recognize
characters in
you.
the one place. All of them.
Oh, it's Navia and Clarand. Hey, over here!
I feel so freaking lucky to even witness this.
We saw you all chatting over here, and we're wondering if we could join in.
Like, look at all the characters that are here in one space. Hu Tao, Zhongli, FURINA, Navia, Clarand. Like, this is why events are so fun. And of course, we're here too. The Traveler and Paimon.
Please, excuse the interruption.
Never. No, please.
So polite. No apologies necessary. Any friend of the Traveler and
Yes,
Miss
Hu Tao.
FURINA is a friend of mine. Ah, straight to the point. I like it.
Hu Tao's not doing like any of her usual like weird like social stuff she does, which is like, I guess she's trying to like trying to maybe put up an appearance for like business, but I don't think she cares. I don't think, maybe it's just that she's we're so deep in conversation, but I think it's different when you find her like by herself. Sometimes she's like, remember like when we found her at one point, she was just like, just doing a little like thing by herself. But then again, earlier on we saw her dancing with Zhongli as well, which is so sweet. The little hand waving motion.
It's getting late. If we want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably get going.
I think it's also a case of like people who do have those like weird, like they're not weird. I don't want to say weird because I want to call her weird. So coming up here, I think I say I don't want to call Hu Tao weird. I want to take that back. She is weird, but it's an amazing thing that she's weird. I love her weirdness. I described Fischl early on as someone who would like bite you randomly, like your friend that would just randomly bite you when you were younger, and you're like, oh, okay. And but they were so lovely that like everyone just like was like, oh yeah, she just bites people. But as time went on, we learned more about Fischl, and she like still is very weird in a good way, but she also has like this big theater kid energy we love as well. That's not an insult. Whenever I call her a theater kid, not an insult. I used to hang out with theater kids all the time. I did theater. The same with with Hu Tao. I don't think of Hu Tao as the weirdness as a bad thing, but here I was just kind of like, oh, am I insulting her? Are people going to take that as an insult? No, I'm standing on the principle that she is a weird character, but it's the best thing about her. The way I describe Hu Tao is that she is the type of character who like you would just randomly see sometime like at like You know, if you're doing something like really late at night, you would see her just like going for a stroll or something. Or if like if you're sitting there in like the park or something, you would feel like two arms on your head resting on your head, and like and she would be there resting her arms on your head like you were an inanimate object, if that makes sense. And she wouldn't even think twice about it. That's the energy that Hu Tao gives, and I love Hu Tao for it. Her weirdness is her strength, and being weird is awesome. So I don't mean to make it sound like weird is something that's bad. It's not bad.
Indeed. Then, Miss FURINA.
Oh, yes?
When are you planning to head back? Do you need us to escort you?
That's so sweet. That's so sweet.
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary. I mean, you're not my subordinate anymore. You don't need to look after me.
And she mentioned that she hasn't talked to Clorinde in a long while.
I didn't mean it that way. It's normal for friends to travel home together if they run into each other on the road.
There are a lot of mountainous roads in this area. I imagine they'll be even harder to navigate.
I would
after
jump
dark.
at the fact to get these two gals protecting me.
Just like in those ghost stories.
Hu Tao's like, yeah, you better. Oh, there it is. Okay, yep.
Beside them an old house stood. If you dare to go inside,
I love her so much.
Not a soul will greet your
This is gonna scare FURINA as well.
But if you take a closer look, there may be something you mistook. A candle flickers to and fro.
Yes, FURINA.
Yet there is no
Hu Tao, sorry.
to make it so. What is its secret? What could it mean?
Look at her staring at her.
This wood, where mystery screams.
Yeah, that worked. Oh, you can't. Oh no, that was actually a really like sad cry.
Ladies, no, I mean friends, please take me
They were
with
gonna
you.
do that anyway.
Hu Tao's not doing like any of her usual like weird like social stuff she does.
Of course.
Gotta say, FURINA, you are really quite the character.
Oh, she is?
By the way, did I hear you mention
I love how
that Clorinde used to work under you?
She did. I love that. I was like, Hu Tao's not being as weird as she usually is, and Hu Tao's like, hold my beer. Wait 1 second.
Then you must have also been a leader at some point.
In a big way.
Well, that's, all in the past now. Besides, being a leader is hard. It wasn't the right job for me. I prefer how things are now. I can come and go as I please, and get to enjoy the sweet taste of freedom.
I see.
And it's a big deal
Well,
for her.
You've certainly picked an apt place to relax. Qiaoying Village is an exemplary choice.
Only the best. And I've learned a lot, too.
Awesome.
Thank
Really
you
awesome.
so much, Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli.
It's fine. You've thanked us more than enough already. The next time you're in this neck of the woods, I'll treat you to some dim sum in the city.
Dim sum. Is that some kind of Liyue term for snacks or desserts?
Just go with it. It's gonna taste
They
delicious.
are a part of it. It's basically a table full of as much tea, sweets, and good company as you
FURINA.
can manage.
FURINA.
Oh, so it's basically a tea party. Sounds great.
Could you imagine a tea party between FURINA and Hu Tao?
Make sure to order the winter melon cake and the lotus flower crisp. They're so sweet and delicious. Paimon knows you'll love them.
Ooh, okay. I'll be looking forward
I'm
to
guessing
it
the
then.
fan art that came out of Hu Tao and FURINA's interactions here are bountiful.
How come you're all going home empty-handed?
Of course I am. I bought tons of fun things to bring home with me. A kite, a parasol, a little tin frog that jumps. Oh, and a stuffed toy of a mythical
Awesome.
beast.
A lot of stuff.
Clorinde is the one who didn't buy anything for herself.
You can share.
So, all you're bringing back with you is that tea?
And some tea-flavored hard candies. They're for Sijui.
Very sweet.
Clorinde isn't much of a shopaholic.
Well, one of us has to practice restraint.
Hey, I'm hardly reckless with my Mora. I'll have you know, all the purchases I made today were well within my budget.
Me? Oh, well, I bought some tea, of course. I just had to try all the varieties recommended in the Steambird. Other than that, just some bits and bobs, you know. A little bit of this, little bit of that.
Great voice performance as always.
They should all be things I can use.
So you fell for a few marketing traps then?
Now Paimon's even more confused.
You know what? That's a part of life too. Falling some for some deals.
Winnie's magic packets?
Oh, actually...
Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
Oh my... He said I'll carry him home.
That's what happened. Wait, what?
He said he'll carry him home. That's so sweet.
Take them. He's not hoarding treasure, is he?
That's quite the imagination you've got there, Paimon. Monsieur Neuvillette just saw the amount of bags we had.
Oh my
Offered
god.
to take them back for us.
That's actually genuinely really like... I don't know. From my perspective, if someone said I'll carry all your bags back home, quite attractive. For me. I'm not saying it's the same for everybody.
I felt a bit bad at first, but I really did have a lot of stuff.
I love that. That's so relatable. She's like, yeah, I was kind of like, oh no, I don't want him to do it. Then she's like, you know what? I do have a lot of things.
He even offered to deliver my gifts to the fortress of Meripede for
Oh
me
my
once he's done
God.
with the day's work.
He's a sweetheart.
Neuvillette is a man of his word. If he says he can do something, then he means it.
See, even Clorand was happy to take him up on his offer. If even his trusty subordinate agreed, then who was I to refuse?
Wow, he seems like a real gentleman.
More than a gentleman.
Maybe he's not as uptight as I thought. If only the funeral parlor had an employee as thoughtful, proactive, and responsible
Wait,
as
you
him.
look at Zhongli when you say
Right,
this?
Zhongli?
Indeed.
He's just like, yeah, sure. Fine. That was amazing. What? We're just going to Neuvillette? That whole interaction between all those was like a dream. And please confirm, is there a lot of TAO FURINA like fan art now? Because like that small interaction was amazing. And TAO being her weird self as usual, her spooky self as usual. And seeing all the characters being so happy and Neuvillette carrying all the stuff home. It was just a really fun interaction. We looked out, we're going like so out of our way.
Oh, it's you. It has been some time since our last meeting. Few people frequent this location. Since I was able to conclude my work early for the day, I thought I might take a walk and avail myself of this area's peace and quiet.
Oh my god, hearing his voice is always so good.
Do you always work this late, Neuvillette?
Strictly speaking, that depends on the agenda for the day. I am hardly bereft of time, however, so working late is of little consequence to me.
Okay.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands, then why did you only go to Chaoying Village for half a day?
First, I should clarify that I was referring to my lifespan, rather than the time at my
Yeah.
disposal. on
Okay,
any
that makes
given
sense.
day.
Because I was like, you work so hard.
Second, I was unaware you possessed knowledge of my trip to Chaoying Village. I see. Thank you for informing me. Yes, they have been safely delivered.
Oh my god, we're going to see it.
I have to hand it to Clorand.
This event is perfect.
Just a simple gift delivery, and she has the great and mighty Udex at her beck and call.
I was just passing through. It was merely an act of convenience.
Yeah?
All right. Then I hereby confirm receipt.
Or did you want to
of
see
the goods on
Risley?
behalf of
Or
the
maybe you
staff
wanted to
of the
see
Fortress of
Sidri
Meripede.
as well?
A verbal receipt of confirmation? Is such a formality really necessary for a small matter such as this?
Guess not. This quantity of tea, though, seems a little excessive for a gift, don't you think? Before you know it, they'll start accusing me of taking bribes.
About that. Much of that is my own excess, I'm afraid.
Oh? Why? What happened?
It was buy 10 boxes, get half off.
He was the one who fell for it?
Ah, that explains it then. Well, go ahead and leave them to me. I'll get through this stash as fast as I can.
You have my thanks. Oh, there's something else I'd like to give
I can't believe he's the one who fell for it. That's so funny.
This is a stone slate, engraved with a symbolic design.
Oh, like a present?
While that is an apt description, it is in actuality a legal codex.
A legal codex, huh?
Before the advent of modern writing utensils, information was recorded on stone slabs such as this. The law was no different.
Okay.
Since ancient times, the scales of justice have symbolized the fairness and impartiality of judiciousness. As a tribute to that sentiment, this slate was designed after a traditional legal codex and engraved with a symbol instead of text. During my travels recently, I chanced upon a roadside stall offering tourists the opportunity to try their hand at the ceramic arts.
Oh my god.
So I decided to have a go.
He made a little freaking ceramic
We
thing.
joked with Claran some time ago about gifting you a legal codex.
Oh.
So, here you go.
That to him is the equivalent of giving someone like a heart box or something, or something
So
really,
that's
really
what this is about.
meaningful.
I did not expect you to remember it as well. In any case, I hope this can be considered as a reasonable attempt to join in on the banter.
He's like, I'm joining in the jokes.
It is a very good
That is
attempt.
so sweet.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Even your sense of humor centers around the law. That's an impressive level of commitment.
No, it's so
Gift of
sweet.
This significance deserves to be put on display, and I know just the place. Front and center in the fortress's showroom.
On the fridge.
Surely there's no need for such a grand gesture.
I just love that Zhongli was trying to, with that Nervlet was trying to get in on the banter. Like that's so like it's like his way of joking, you know. He saw it and he's like, I can finally get in on the banter here, finally.
Just kidding. I don't have anything like a showroom. But we do have a storage room. We can put it next to all the mechanical parts Sijuin has collected.
That sounds good to me.
So that's what you were doing in Chaoying Village.
No, so sweet. No, it is like, to me that whole interaction was great. It just like shows like the, you know, their personal relationship, but also like again, we talk about grounding characters. And they've been grounded several times before, but it's again adding little details to the characters, like him wanting to join in the banter is so special to me.
Indeed. Of course, while I was there, I also took the opportunity to taste the local spring water. The aftertaste is much purer than what I have delivered to me in Fontaine. It stands to reason that the long-distance transport has a tendency to imbue the water with extraneous emotion. If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to the source.
And of course
Perhaps I
the
should
water
organize some time
water
off to do
aficionado.
the same elsewhere. Then we are of the same mind. It appears my desire is justified.
If you say so, but you know you don't have to justify a
Yeah,
vacation.
exactly.
Right?
You can just take one whenever you want.
Just take one. After all, you're hardly bereft of time. You can do whatever you want.
You're quite right.
Paimon's impressions
I
are always
suppose I
great.
suffer not from a lack of opportunity, but rather a lack of inspiration.
Wondering where to go?
However, after
I guess.
reading a few articles about Li Wei's holiday traditions, the idea popped into my head and made itself quite at home. Seeing as I was free of responsibilities for the morning, I decided to depart at once.
And how was it?
Refreshing. My spontaneous outing seemed to inspire quite a few other spontaneous
Yeah?
decisions as well. Take, for example, my foray into ceramics. At first,
This is
soil
amazing.
from the
This
ground
is so fun.
granular and unforgiving, but add the right amount of water, and it becomes soft, moldable, and able to take shape. In the past, I never thought about how quotidian vessels were crafted, but now I have participated in their very making.
Yeah, perspective.
This is also something I made today.
It's actually so nice. It's a big ladle, but it's gorgeous.
Paimon thought it was supposed to be some long-necked sea creature.
That was indeed one of my inspirations.
It's actually amazing. The color matches your
Really?
style.
You like it? To tell you the truth, given your unexpected arrival, I find myself quite unequipped to give you the welcome
No,
you
no, no,
deserve.
it's fine. It's fine. We're just
Around
happy you
such
got a
an
little bit of a
important
break.
holiday such as this, human custom would dictate that gifts should be in order.
Like, you know, he works so freaking hard. The fact that it's almost over, actually.
But I'm afraid this is all I can offer. If you'll have it, that is. That is precisely why it would do me such a great honor if you accepted.
The honor is all mine.
You are most welcome. Happy Lantern Rite.
Well, that reminds me. You passed along advice for Nouvelette's vacation.
Approve a
From
leave
FURINA,
of
yeah.
absence request for myself. That sounds like it could easily lead to a vicious cycle of self-indulgence, something which couldn't be in further violation of protocol. But I suppose I understand her point. My proclivity to refrain from personal outings does, in part, originate from a sense of responsibility toward my duties. But it is also due to a lack of desire to engage in the human world. But now I see that the human world is indeed full of many interesting places to discover.
I could have told you that, but it's nice for him to figure out for himself. So just went to the next event, so I had to start it again. This was amazing. This was such a fun time. I feel like this story was a story of families, or at least like relationships. We saw like, you know, between Zhongli and Xiao. We saw, you know, the lack of, the lack of, I guess, the parent for Shuyu as well, even though now they have a new parent. Then like the contrast between Gamin and his dad and Shanyon and her daughters. And it was a really cool story of seeing Gamin being uplifted and all this stuff, and seeing him like, you know, find that relationship with his father once again, which is something that, like, you know, we really desperately wanted him to, you know, to have a healthy relationship there. And all it took was like him doing that amazing performance, which was so amazing. And seeing that all together was so beautiful. I was smiling so much. It was such a very, very great time. This whole event though was like not just like a it was an exploration of Gamin first, and that was awesome. Getting to hang out with Gamin fully was amazing. Then seeing Shenhe and all those characters again, also amazing. But I think they did such a good job. A gob is a good job of making it like a very interesting story about familial relationships, right? And the connections and the parallels and all this stuff. And also seeing someone like Gamin who like has made a way for himself in his life. Kind of like understand now, I suppose. Now he knows, and now he, like, because his father has like spoken to him, he can always come back if he wants. But now that kite tether that was attached to him is a little looser, right? It's there. He can always go back. He can always be pulled back down if it needs to be. But it's a little looser. Seeing all the Fontaine characters was also super fun. Whether it be like from Charlotte to FURINA to our girl Navia and Nouvelet. And like and Clorand, it was so freaking cool seeing all these characters, but also seeing the Liyue characters again is always very, very special to me. Like seeing Xiao. We didn't get to see Xiao again in this, but I assume that's probably like a small interaction you have. I'm not sure. But all this was really, really amazing, guys. It was really, really fun to see, and I'm so happy that I did get to see it. I love that they have, like, with these events, it's a celebration of characters above all else, and I really feel that way. We saw that in this too, and I'm so happy that I even got to see this. Some amazing moments, some really fun moments, some beautiful music and cutscenes, and we got to see, like, again, just an exploration of these characters, showing how awesome these characters are once again. And I could do it all over again. I really could. I'd love seeing them all together. And with that, I'm going to say thank you to the Never Can Pay the Baby Gangsters here on Patreon, that being Ty402, Jamie Bull, John the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yuld, Radish, Anusta, Malcolm Hunday, Death Trap, Lynx Marky, Assassin, Alpaca Juice, Yopsy, Xander Whatever, and True Peanut Butter. And actually, I will say this before I go, I'll probably put this in before the thank yous. Seeing Hu Tao and FURINA together was another really fun thing for me as well. Like, all these little interactions, I say it all the time, you could drop any characters in together and it would work. I was so desperate to see what it was like, and it works so well. It's so fun. Seeing all those characters was amazing.